Joining me right now is Shomu Das from Alteryx. Mr. Das, I'd like to know from you, do you think Indian PSUs are embracing technology to meet up with the current digital transformation?
Absolutely. Obviously different organizations or different PSUs are at a different stage at this point of time. And it not necessarily that they just started embracing technology only recently. They've been doing it for quite some time now. I have extensively worked with many of these PSUs from various multinational organizations that I represented in India. So they are. But there is a change that obviously they need to embrace even more in terms of we live in when you talk about digital transformation is all about doing things digitally. That means it's all data driven. And when you talk about data driven, obviously there are multiple things that comes into being. But one of the area which is very, very important is how do you use data to drive actionable insights, whether you are in in a sector like coal or in a sector like power, or at the same time, say for example, in any metro cities for that matter, where so we see we're going through the rainy season right now, right? So we continuously keep seeing many metros gets flooded when there is rain. Like very recently it happened. I'm basically from Bangalore. So it happened a couple of days back when it was pouring. So how do you ensure that the municipal government or public sector is able to drive data, use data effectively to drive insight to possibly mitigate risk, drive, support the citizen or, in a better way. So they need to embrace more digital transformation. They need to ensure that they're using data more effectively, because I think most of these public sectors, like, for example, banks, like State Bank of India has possibly the highest number of branches nationally. And how do they better service their customers, not just the urban customers, but the rural customers? I mean, we continuously keep hearing about, Prime Minister's initiatives, of inclusion. So how do you bring the village or people who are not living in the rural areas, not in the urban areas alone, bring them in that financial inclusions? And this cannot be done unless and until you create a digital bridge for irrespective of whatever service that they represent, any PSU that they represent. Yeah.
Absolutely. So, how is Alteryx helping Indian PSUs in their digital transformation journey?
I'll not say it's helping. I mean, we are a new company in India, though we are an old company globally. What we essentially do is what you can say is augmented analytics. See, if you really want to democratize analytics, you need to ensure that you are giving data capabilities, analytics capability in the hands of business experts and business users, not necessarily only in the center of excellence where you have data scientists and data engineers. You'll hear throughout the day possibly a lot of discussions on AI, ML, NLP, generative AI. Now, how you are using them in ensuring that your business users or experts who are at the field, like for example, 20,000 branches of State Bank of India, they want to extend some new product launch or ensure they deliver better service, right? How do you ensure reduce fraudulent activity? Now, these are all data driven. So when you're able to give these power in the hands of your business users at a local level, rather than always going back to center of excellence, because time is money. Time is what we really grapple with all the time. Right? So that's what we deliver. So we deliver through a single platform where you prepare data, you blend data, and you do advanced analytics by connecting multiple data sources. Let me just give you a quick example. Another area which is very, very important as we're going through all the environmental issues these days. Everybody is driving, every government globally and even in India, Prime Minister Modi's visions to we become absolutely carbon neutral by 2070, I think. So how do you achieve those, right? I mean, so ESG becomes a very, very important aspect, environment, social and government initiative that compliances that most of the industries and including public sector have to take. Now, these are all data-driven process. Now, we always see this everywhere, not necessarily only in public sector, but it is also equally important in other sectors as well, where we are becoming data-rich because there are connected devices. We are generating zettabytes of data, but we are all information poor. And it is not that there is any lack of initiative. It is how you drive that. So that is where augmented analytics, what essentially Alteryx brings in, we call it democratization of analytics. That means you are empowering your business users and experts to be able to do their own job without really writing any code. And that helps in public sector needs to embrace more and more. They're doing. They need to embrace more of that, which will help them to quickly take insight out, actionable insight to drive their business, improve their deliverables when it comes to any services that they render to the citizen. Yeah.
Very well said. My last question, what do you feel about this initiative by ET government?
Fantastic. I mean, we participated in ETCIO last month, and I think this is a great thing that ET has been doing, and most of the events are what I really like about is you get to hear, obviously we will come and present, but you also get to hear from all these eminent speakers, their vision, their strategy, what is, so this is a great event, and I'm sure while they will be definitely learning from each other, we learn as much, and our objective is how do we help all these institutions or PSUs to grow. So terrific event, I would say. Yeah.
Thank you so much.